The Gitmob army set is a scam. That's a bit harsh, ain't it? It's 9 models for 145 quid. You what? Yeah, you thought our box was awful, but this takes the piss, mate. And in Australia, it's $390 for 9 models, which is only 3 units. So that's fun.
So, usually in this meme dub, there would have been 2 characters talking to each other, and it's quite fun and light-hearted. Unfortunately, I can't do this with this box set because reality is worse than whatever fiction I can come up with. Years ago, 9 models for 145 quid would have been a punchline, and now it's reality. I mean, in my opinion, the Gitmob army set is a scam, and everyone should call this out. Also, I don't think anyone should buy this box at all, because just to remind you, it's 9 models for 145 quid, and it's even more abroad, which is insane. And yes, I know it's a FOMO box, but this is taking the piss. How do you justify this? Seriously, most of these recent army set boxes have been disappointing. I mean, look at the Deathcore Krieg box, for fuck's sake. How do you make the Deathcore Krieg box look better in comparison to this? And the way I see it is that this is just GW seeing how much they can get away with it before we all collectively say enough is enough. And I am aware that this box was revealed beforehand, but I do not follow Age of Sigmar stuff because I already follow Warhammer and Necromunda. One more game system by Games Workshop would cripple me. So seeing this box has genuinely shocked me. Also, if you are a content creator, then please, I implore you, refuse the box if they sent you one for free. Tell Games Workshop to add more models, because it's not fair on your audience, and it's not fair on you. You shouldn't feel the need to peddle this crap to your audience just because it's Games Workshop. They are not God. You are allowed to refuse them, and at this point, what's the worst that could happen? Unless you signed an NDA, of course, in which case I feel sorry for you. But to me, in my own paranoid little head, this does look like that Games Workshop uses content creators as a distraction for their awful business practices. And like I said, that's come from my paranoid little mind, so maybe I'm wrong on that, maybe I'm right. Who knows? But another thing that annoys me is that just because it has a limited edition codex in it, sorry, Battle Tome, because they're 2 different things, sorry, I get them confused from time to time, but just because it has a limited edition Battle Tome in it, doesn't make it worth the price. Rules should be free or cheaper at this point, because if they're charging ridiculous prices for the models, then make the rules cheaper or free. But that's just my opinion, right? And the sad thing is that battle tomes and codexes are useless nowadays because there's an FAQ every month. So what people really want is the code inside them. So make the code free or cheaper. And I am aware that sometimes, or most of the time, that these codexes and battle tomes have really good lore in them. So if you do want to pick up a codex, or sorry, I keep calling it a codex, a battle tome for the lore, then wait. Don't buy the box set because it encourages them to pull more shit like this. It's not worth it. Wait until the codex is on sale on eBay, because I guarantee you can get a codex for cheap now, because what people do is they use the code and then sell the codex off on eBay for cheap. So get a codex for cheap. Don't be stupid and support this box. Sorry, I don't mean to get all angry. I mean, angry Warhammer videos are a dime a dozen on YouTube. But when will we, as a community, learn that these FOMO boxes are never worth it? I'm gonna be honest with you here. I've been a bit burnt out with Warhammer as a whole recently. I mean, it's still fun with friends, and I enjoy writing these meme dubs for you, but I'd be lying if I said I'm happy with Warhammer. But you really don't want to listen to me whinge about the state of Warhammer, because it would literally just boil down to, I think 10th edition has made the game a lot worse. And that's the short version of that rant. So, yeah, I'm not going to ramble about the state of Warhammer today, but to bring it back to the Gitmob army set, there is one positive I can see in this overly expensive box, and that is it is worth 600 points, which is more than the Deathcore Krieg one, which was 365 points, and my apologies for stuttering. I do have a slight stutter when I'm not scripted, so if it annoys you, it's annoying me much more than it annoys you, so my apologies. But even so, a box worth 145 quid should at least have tons of models instead of being focused on how many points it's worth. And one FAQ can either make them cheaper or more expensive points-wise, so going by points worth inside the box is daft, at least in my opinion, and that's the point, and I've said point too many times. But all of this is my stupid opinion. But I don't know about you, but I am just sick and tired of seeing Games Workshop screw us over, then expect us to justify it for them.